my book club candle. I totally forgot. Give me 1 second. Okay, good. This isn't even half of them. Guys, this isn't even half of them, I swear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Almost 30 books, you guys. So, hi guys, what's up? Welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, for those of you who are new, and I would love it if you guys subscribed and stuck around. We are sitting in front of my bookshelf today, which can only mean one thing. We are filming a book video today, specifically, as you can tell by the title, my biggest book haul yet. I am so excited to finally be filming this video for you guys. As a lot of you may know, or if you are new around here on my channel, I recently moved in with my boyfriend and we have an office, and I set up this wonderful bookshelf. It's been my dream to have my own bookshelf for so long, and I'm so excited to have a place to store all of my books and film all of my bookish content for you guys. So if you haven't watched the moving vlog where I unpacked and organized all of my books, I'll link it in the cards and down below. You should definitely watch it. But today we're going to be filming my biggest book haul yet. I haven't taken them all off the bookshelf, but I will here in a second, and then you'll see how empty it is because I have so many books to show you. I'll have to count when I take them all off, but I think it's like over 25 books, which is my biggest book haul ever, my biggest book haul yet. By no means is this books that I have picked up recently. I've actually been really good and been on sort of like a book buy ban for myself, like a no book October, November, just because I've been saving a lot of money, and Sid and I are going on a trip in December and I wanted to have money for that so I can do book shopping there and everything. But I also have so many books on my TBR, as you will see, all of these new books. I've read a lot of them, but I just don't need any new books right now. I'll pick up like an anticipated release here or there or something like that, but I'm not buying as many books. So moral of the story, this is a giant collective book haul for you guys. If you're new around here or if you need a refresher, I normally show about 11 books in my book hauls. It just so happened to do that with my first 2 or 3 book hauls, and so I just thought I would make that a tradition, as well as lighting this book club candle, which I'll link down below for you guys as well. But unless I'm showing just a mini book haul in a vlog or like this, where I've been collecting these books for so long, normally we just show 11 books around here, but I have quite a few. So normally if I only have like 11 books or a few books just to show you in a vlog, I normally read off the description on the back cover or the front flap of a book, and then I'll say the Goodreads rating of them, like the average Goodreads rating. But because I have so many books, I'm just going to read off the book title, the book author, if I've read them or not, and then like what category they are in no particular order, just because if I'm reading you guys the whole book synopsis from the back of the book, we're literally going to be here for hours, which I wouldn't mind watching a book video that long, but I know all of you guys have things to do. So yeah, we're just gonna breeze through this video today. I have a lot of books to show you and a lot of books yet still to read, so I definitely look forward to reading vlogs, TBR lists, and book wrap-ups. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this video. Be sure to like this video, comment down below what books you guys are currently reading or what books I show you that are also on your TBR list. Be sure to subscribe and then follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting a lot more over there, and I would love to have you guys on other platforms. And also stay tuned because there is going to be a book giveaway in this video, surprise, so stay tuned for that. It'll be somewhere in the middle of this book video, and I'll list all of the rules and regulations for the giveaway down below. But I really want to give back to you guys, and you'll see why I'm giving away this book, because it's kind of like an oopsie moment for me. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the video. I'm so excited to be filming more book content for you guys, and yeah, let's just go ahead and get into it. So first off, I need to pull all the books off of the bookshelf, and this might take a minute, so let's time lapse you through. I think that's all of the books. Okay, I think this is all of the books, so I'm going to try and stack them all up to get a thumbnail. I don't know if it's gonna be possible, but we'll try, right? Oh my gosh. Guys, I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. Okay, go. This isn't even half of them. Guys, this isn't even half of them, I swear. Oh my gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Almost 30 books, you guys. So I'd say we're gonna be here for a hot minute, so let's go ahead and get into the video. This is gonna be in no particular order, just because all of the books are literally spread out all around me. So I'm just going to pick and pull, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So the first book I have is by one of my, also look at my bookshelf, it's literally like empty and like leaning tower views right now. But anyways, the first book I have is by one of my favorite authors. I absolutely love her so much. It is Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have a few Taylor Jenkins Reid books in here, but this is her latest release. This is Carrie Soto is Back, and I've had this since like its release date, but I was just reading other books, so I definitely want to pick this one up in the next couple of weeks and read it. This is basically about Carrie Soto, who I think is a retired tennis player, and then someone way younger than her breaks her record, so she comes out of retirement to try and beat her record again and gain back her record. I'm not really sure the whole premise of the story, but I know Carrie Soto, I think, briefly made an appearance in Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. That's one of my favorite things about her newest like universe, with Daisy Jones and the Six, Malibu Rising, Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and now this one. She kind of incorporates a few of her characters in all of her books. So really excited to read this. I love Taylor Jenkins Reid. Yeah, it has a 4.29 average rating on Goodreads, so excited to read it. People really speak highly of Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I just love her writing. So next up I have a couple books by the author Ellen Hildebrand, I think is how you say her name. I hear Sarah Corelli talk about her all the time. She's really the only booktuber that I follow. I don't watch all of her videos, but she's just so cute and so fun, and I just love that she's willing up for her book content. I subscribed to her way before she started posting book videos, just because I liked her personality in her vlogs, but I love how her book content is like what's putting her on the scene as a popular booktuber, and just popular YouTuber in general. So she's definitely one of my favorite creators just for that reason. But she talked about a couple of these books. I can't remember which one she read, but I have Summer of '69, and then I also have Golden Girl. I think this author writes a lot of her stuff based in like Massachusetts, like on Cape Cod and all of that sort of thing, and she does a lot of like summer reads like that are based in like Nantucket or Cape Cod or something, and so I'm super excited to read these. I think I'm gonna save them for next summer to sort of get myself in the summer spirit, and I feel like they'll just be a vibe then, and maybe I'll go to Cape Cod next summer or something. But I also feel like these would be good to read like in Laguna or Newport Beach or something. So Summer of '69 has a 3.96 rating, and then what does Golden Girls have? Golden Girl has a 4.18, so not the highest of authors that I've read, but I'm excited to read these. Okay, next book I have, I think it's a YA book, if I'm being honest. I'm not actually sure, but this is by Rachel Lynn Solomon. I've never read any of her work before, but this is Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. I think the cover is just super cute because I think it's like a coming of age sort of YA romance. At least that's what it looks like. It looks like they don't know each other and don't like each other, and then they become lovers or friends. I'm not really sure what the premise of this book is, but I'm super excited to read it. I feel like it'll just be a lighthearted read, and it has a 4.17 average rating on Goodreads, so not too bad. Excited to read this one. And I feel like the other covers by this author I've seen are just like super cute and super similar, so excited to read this and see if I like Rachel Lynn Solomon's work. Okay guys, next up is a book that I honestly didn't give a very high rating to. I feel like this was overhyped, maybe also because of my age. I didn't really enjoy it, but this is The Summer I Turned Pretty by Jenny Han, which this might be a controversial opinion, but I gave it a 2-star rating on Goodreads. I also have the Amazon cover, which I think is really pretty. I think they're filming season 2 of this right now, and they just released the Amazon cover, and I think it's really cute. But I don't think this is a bad book. I just think because I am 24, almost 25 years old, it was just a little bit too like YA for me. I could see if I read it like 10 years ago maybe, like how I would have left this, because I think I read To All the Boys I Loved before by Jenny Han. I think she's the same author, right? When I was like 14 or 15, and I loved it. So I think I just kind of hopped on the bandwagon for this book a little too late. I'm not sure when this was published, but I think if you're younger, you would really like this. I'm still gonna watch the Amazon show eventually, but I gave this a 2 stars on Goodreads just because I feel like it was a little bit too young for me. And it has a 3.83 average rating on Goodreads. But like I said, don't let me stop you guys from reading this book just because I gave it a 2-star. If you are younger, I definitely think you'll like it, or if you just want like a quick, lighthearted, cutesy read. But I'm more into like adult romances, so I don't know. I'm still gonna read the other ones maybe, but not my highest, just because I think it was like too YA for me. Okay guys, this next book though is one that I gave a 5-star rating. It doesn't take a whole lot for me to give a book a 5-star rating, just because I don't read to be like blown away or anything like that. I just read because I enjoy it and because I like to read through either sappy romances or fun thrillers or that sort of thing. And I just like books that keep me hooked and where I fall in love with the characters and the storylines, or ones that are just interesting to me. Maybe I don't like the characters, but ones that I just can't put down. So it doesn't have to be anything like groundbreaking or have any sort of like symbolism or anything in it for me to enjoy it. I'm just a simple gal. I just like reading and I like being hooked in a story. But this one I gave a 5-star rating because it's so good, and this was the author's first book, and she's releasing another one. It comes out in May, I believe. It's not a sequel or anything to this, but her second book. But this is Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. You guys, I love this book. I think this deserves more hype. This author deserves more hype, even though this is her only book. It's just, this book was fantastic. It basically follows Percy and Sam, who are friends, but they basically like, it just flashes back between present day and the past. I think it's like either 10 or 12 years of their friendship, and maybe it's like 6 summers, no, 12, I don't really know. But basically Percy's parents get a cabin that's somewhere out of Toronto, which is where Percy is from, and she meets Sam, which is one of the neighbors, and she basically bonds with him very well because she doesn't have a lot of close friends back where she's from in Toronto at school, and they just get each other. And then like it spans like 6 summers where basically they're like growing up, hitting puberty, becoming teenagers, and like basically falling in love but not admitting it. And then something happens between the two of them and they don't see each other for a long time until something happens in the book that brings Percy back to Sam and this town where her parents' cabin was. And it's basically just a fantastic book, and it really tugs at the heartstrings, and it's just adorable. So definitely recommend this one. 5-star read, and I'm so excited whenever Carly Fortune's next book is available for pre-order. I'm on it, so definitely recommend that book. Okay, next up is a book that I'm super excited about. I don't read a lot of fantasy. I am more of a romance gal, and then I love thriller. So I don't read a lot of horror or fantasy, but I feel like fall is the perfect time to read fantasy, and I've heard nothing but good things about this book. This is The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, and I'm so excited to read this one. I've had this for like a month or so, but I haven't read it, so I'm definitely going to read it. I just want to dabble in some more romance books first, of course, but definitely going to read this one before fall is up, probably, or sometime soon. I've been in sort of a reading slump, which maybe I'll talk about in a vlog upcoming, but I am super excited to read this. It has a 4.23 average rating on Goodreads, and yeah, I'm excited. Maybe this will get me like hyped on fantasy. I've had A Court of Thorns and Roses on my bookshelf for ages, and a bunch of my coworkers, a bunch of people on TikTok, and then my best friend say I should read it. So definitely looking forward to that one, but I think I'm gonna read this one first just because I want to film a reading vlog of A Court of Thorns and Roses and see if it's worth the hype. But definitely want to dabble more into fantasy just because I feel like I've been reading too much romance, and I need some like thrillers and fantasy in there. So let me know if you have any good fantasy and thriller recommendations, and I'll definitely pick them up and read them. Okay guys, I don't know if I've shared this in a book haul. I might have shared it a while ago, but I'm just gonna do it again because I don't remember and I don't want to go watch my last book hauls to see if I featured this. But this is Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. I only picked this up because of BookTok, but also the cover is so cute. But this was a pretty good book. I think I gave it a 4-star rating on Goodreads. Yeah, I gave it a 4-star, but it has a 3.76 average on Goodreads, which I can see why. It took me a while to read this book, and I feel like that's why it has such a poor rating. I really like the storyline of the book, and I liked the characters, but I feel like it was just too slow between then and now. Like it bounces back and forth. It's basically about a journalist who gets the opportunity to interview Gabe, I forget what his last name is, Gabe Parker maybe, I think that's his name. And then I don't know how to pronounce the writer's name, but her name is, I think, Chani, I don't really know, because they talk about the pronunciation in the book and how Gabe gets it right, and so that's something, but I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. Basically, she's a writer and she gets the opportunity 10 years ago to, I think it's 10 years ago, to interview Gabe Parker, and then this thing happens, and then basically it's like 10 years later she gets the opportunity to interview him again, and basically this re-sparks something that happened between them. And it's kind of, for me, I love the premise of the book. I just think it wasn't executed the best, but I still gave it a 4 stars just because it was an interesting read. But it is kind of slow, I will say that. I don't know, like, I don't understand the hype around the book, but I'm still glad that I read it. So definitely pick it up if you want like a fun romance. Alright, the next book I have is one that I just picked up at Target over the summer because I was like, that sounds like a fun summer read. And then I literally put it in a box when we were moving, and I haven't touched it since. So definitely gonna save this one for next summer. But this is That Summer by Jennifer Weiner. Honestly, have no idea what it's about. I just know that it's a fun little summer read. It only has a 3.7 out of 5 average rating on Goodreads, but I still feel like I'll read it next summer and I'll like it. So we'll see. Okay, so next up I have 2 books that I think deal with like parent loss, I'm pretty sure. Possibly, yeah, this one is the mother and this one is the father. So this is The Unsinkable Greta James by Jennifer E. Smith, and this has an average of 3.91 stars on Goodreads. And then the next one is This Time Tomorrow by Emma Straub, and this one I think has a 3.83 average rating. But I think this one is about a I think singer whose mother dies, and then she takes the time to like basically unplug and like go on this trip, I believe, that's like, I don't know what it is, like a cruise or just like a voyage, some kind of trip, I don't really know, after she loses her mother, and just stop her tour and like just learn. And I think that's how she comes to terms with her mother's loss, kind of like One Italian Summer by Rebecca Serlet. And then this one is This Time Tomorrow by Emma Straub, and this one is more so kind of along the lines of One Italian Summer, where like she wakes up and I think she notices that her dad is like young again or something. Oh, so this one I don't think is about loss. I just think it's about her dad getting older, and maybe her losing connection with him. And then she wakes up the next morning and she finds herself back in 1996 reliving her 16th birthday. But it isn't just her adolescent body that shocks her, it's the fact that her dad is young again and youthful. So for me that just seems so sad. I feel like I'm gonna read this one before I read this one, just because the fact of being able to see my parents young again just makes me want to cry. But yeah, definitely gonna read these, and they're kind of like along the same lines but different storylines and plot lines obviously, but excited to read them both nonetheless. Okay, next up is the first book in a fantasy series. This is Crave #1. It's just the first book in the Crave series by Tracy Wolff. I'm not really sure the premise of this, other than it's like an academy or something, or school, and it's like vampires or werewolves or just something. I feel like the cover is giving Twilight, so I'm not sure if like it's a knockoff of Twilight but like different, like inspired by Twilight but different. This has a 3.82 rating. I think this is YA, but I'm like so excited to read this. I was a slut, excuse my language, and a hoe for the Twilight saga. Literally in 5th grade I started reading the books, and my friends and I had a book club, and we thought we were so cool because our parents let us watch Twilight at one of my friend's birthday parties in 5th grade. Like we had a sleepover, and her mom got permission from all of our moms to watch Twilight, and we were like so hung up on Edward Cullen. And then we started a book club where we bought the books and then we brought them to school and we all like kept them on our desk, and then at recess we would read Twilight. I think we were so much more mature than all the other kids, and I just think that's so funny. But I still love the movies, and I definitely want to get like the white edition of the Twilight books and have them on my bookshelf. But I got Crave. I don't know really what the premise is, but if I like it, I'm definitely getting the other books. They're just so thick. I feel like I should have read this during October for like spooky season. I didn't really read any scary fall books, so definitely sad about that, missed opportunity, but might read some more next year. But excited to read this one. Okay, you guys, next up is another YA like thriller book that I heard Sarah Corelli talk about. This is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. I think there's 3 books in this series. I think my local bookstore has the other 2 ones that are used, so if I like this book, I'm definitely gonna go pick up the other 2. But this one has a 4.36 rating out of 5 on Goodreads, so excited to read this one as a thriller. And I heard this is a really fast an easy book to get through, so excited to read it. Okay guys, next up, I'm not even gonna bother telling you guys the Goodreads rating of these just because it's 3 books by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have After I Do, Forever Interrupted, and One True Loves. I loved all of these ones. I think One True Loves was my favorite, then After I Do, and then Forever Interrupted. But these were like TJR's like OG books. I think Forever Interrupted is her first book. I could be mistaken, but definitely really love these and would recommend if you're looking for good romance novel. They're all kind of unconventional romance novels though, so I really enjoyed them. Next up, not gonna bother telling you the Goodreads rating of these 2 either. They're just classics. I got The Great Gatsby and Other Works by F. Scott Fitzgerald just because I thought this was beautiful. It's like a Barnes & Noble limited cover and I think it's so beautiful. And then I also got Alice's Adventures in Wonderland and Other Classic Works by Lewis Carroll. This was like $9 at Barnes & Noble. I'm not even joking, and I just think it's so cute. And Alice in Wonderland was one of my favorite books and movies growing up. I would watch the movie like every week. I was obsessed with it. So excited to have some like classics and stuff on my bookshelf. Not like I'm ever gonna pick them up, but excited about those. Okay, this next book has a 3.55 out of 5 on Goodreads, and this is The Paris Connection by Lorraine Brown. I picked this up because one of my favorite like lifestyle vloggers on YouTube read this book, and she said it was just a cute little summertime fall sort of read. So excited to read this. I've always wanted to go to Paris. My bedroom theme when I was younger was Parisian themed, so definitely might save this one and hope that I go to Paris in the next couple years. But I hear that it's just a really cute, easy read. Okay, next up I think this is like a non-fiction or memoir book, but this is by Olivia Lang. This is The Lonely City: Adventures in the Art of Being Alone, and I feel like this is just a good book to read post-grad or in your 20s, or if you're moving away from home or in a city, which I hope to do here soon. But I am going through just like a post-grad like loneliness type of thing. I sort of spoke about that in my last vlog. I'll link it in the cards and down below, but excited to read this and see if there's any like insight for me about being in my 20s and feeling lonely and feeling lost. So excited to read this one. Okay guys, next up I have Elle Kennedy's newest release. This is Bad Girl Reputation by Elle Kennedy. This is the 2nd book in her Avalon Bay series. I don't know if there's only 2 books in that series. The first one was Good Girl Complex, and it followed one twin, Cooper, and then the other girl, Mac. And then this one is Bad Girl Reputation. It follows the other twin, Evan, and then bad girl, Genevieve. And Avalon Bay is sort of like, if you like the show Outer Banks, pick up Avalon Bay. If you like college romances, pick up the Avalon Bay series. I honestly liked Bad Girl Reputations more. I only gave it a 4 out of 5 stars just because I feel like the plot line was kind of slow and there wasn't really any like climax or anything. I'm not sure what I rated Good Girl Complex, but really liked this one. I liked the relationship between Genevieve and Evan more than I liked the relationship between Mac and Cooper in the first book. But Elle Kennedy just makes like sappy, smutty romance novels that are just easy to read, so definitely recommend if you're looking for some smut but also just something that's easy to read. Okay, next up I have a book by Ali Hazelwood. I have Love Hypothesis back there. I hauled it a while ago and I still haven't read it, but I picked up her newest release, Love on the Brain, and this one is also like a STEM romance novel. I'm kind of worried to read them because I heard that they are so similar, the Love Hypothesis and Love on the Brain. This one has a 4.04. I don't know what the Love Hypothesis has, but I feel like I kind of want to film a reading vlog, like of reading them back to back just to see how similar they are. So yeah, excited to read it nonetheless, but I'm kind of worried that it's going to be too similar to the first one. Okay, next up is a book that I literally bought at Barnes & Noble because it was on the buy one get one 50% off cart, and it just sounded interesting. This is The Messy Lives of Book People by Phaedra Patrick. Never heard of this book, never heard anyone talk about this book, never heard of this author, but it has a 3.7 out of 5 on Goodreads, and I thought the premise just sounded cute. I think it's about like a maid that is the housekeeper for a famous author, and then I think the famous author like asks her to like finish her book or something like that, or like write another book for her, and it's like the opportunity of a lifetime, and she learns a lot about like the messy lives of book people, I guess. So excited to read this one just randomly if I don't have anything else to read. So okay guys, I've given up with the Goodreads ratings of things. Like honestly, my phone is about to die as well. So next book I have is Family of Liars. This is, I believe, the prequel to We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. I really liked We Were Liars. I feel like I need to reread it again, but yeah, so I think this is like the prequel that sort of exposes the Sinclair family even more. I don't really know. Excited to read it though. Okay, next up I've got Without Merit by Colleen Hoover. Just another Coho book that I haven't read, but I'm honestly starting to get bored of Colleen Hoover. I feel like I'll talk about it in an upcoming reading vlog, but this book, well, I haven't read it, but I'm going to, but I hope it was better than this one. This is It Starts With Us by Colleen Hoover. I am filming a reading vlog about this, or it might already be up by now. I'm not really sure, but right now I'm just gonna tell ya, not the highest rating for this one, even though this was one of my most anticipated reads, but I'll talk about it more in an upcoming video. But let me know your thoughts about this book down below. Next up, I have Tell Me Lies by Carola Levering. I feel like this is one of my new favorite books. I'm obsessed, and I read it before I figured out there was a Hulu series coming out with Jackson and Grace. And guys, I love the book, but the Hulu show was similar. There were a lot of like differences. Obviously they changed it for TV, but I thought the series was so good. I don't know if it's a limited series. Hulu normally does limited series that are based on books where they only do the one season and they sort of end on like a cliffhanger, hence Normal People Conversations with Friends. But I loved this book, and I really want to pick up more of Carola Levering's books because I feel like she's my new like Sally Rooney, if I can even say that. Next up, you guys, I've got the last two books, and funny story, I bought 2 of them, so that's why I'm doing a giveaway. Welcome to the giveaway portion of this video. I have Love in Other Words by Christina Lauren. I've wanted to read this for so long, and at the beginning of the summer, I guess I ordered this one, and because I was moving, I had it packed away. And then when Sid and I were on our Omaha trip, I'll link that vlog in the cards and down below, I picked up this one because I was like, oh my god, I've wanted to read that book for so long, and I love this cover more than this one. So I picked it up not thinking that I had this one, and then when I moved in and was unpacking these books, I filmed that whole reaction in my bookshelf tour and organization that I also linked down below. I realized that I bought both of them. So I also did the same thing with this one in the beginning of the summer, but I realized it and got my money back. So that's why I'm keeping this cover. I'm sorry guys, this one is just cuter, and I'm giving this one away. So all of the rules and regulations will be down below in the description box. It's basically just like this video, comment down below, be subscribed, and then go follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and comment down below your favorite book and what books I should read. I guess just comment down below anything, and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and then also comment down below your TikTok and Instagram usernames so I know who you are, and then I'll pick the winner here in an upcoming video. I'll have all the details listed down below in the description though, but yeah, I'm just giving it away just because I feel like you guys can use it, and I'll ship it to you for free and everything like that if you wanted to read this book. So yeah, definitely gonna do more book videos and book giveaways for you guys. But that is all that I have for you guys today. I feel like this video was so long. I've been filming for over half an hour, and now I have a huge mess of books below me that I have to put up back on my bookshelf. So I ruined the angle, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm definitely so excited to be filming more book content for you now that I am in the apartment, settled in, and have a bookshelf. So be sure to like this video, comment down below, subscribe, follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and if you want to enter this video's giveaway, just follow the details in the description. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.